Hello, my name is James Chell, and welcome to my student presentation. Today I'm going to be talking about HTML entities, or character entities. What are character entities, and why do we need them, you may ask? Allow me to explain. When we code in HTML, we use characters that are set aside by HTML for specific uses. And these characters are treated differently than other characters, such as the less than and greater than and quotes. If we need to use one of these symbols in a way other than its designated purpose, we can't just type it in. It would create an error. So what do? We use HTML entities. HTML entities begin with an ampersand and end with a semicolon. Between those two marks, you use different words or numbers to create special characters, like the copyright symbol, the trademark symbol, arrows, or symbols for degree. Let's say we wanted to create or use a greater than or less than symbol. You can't just type it in because HTML has set that aside with the special use. HTML uses them to delimitate tags. If we type it in, it will throw an error because it's invalid HTML. However, if we use ampersand less than semicolon, and then let's save that and reload, voila, we get our symbol. Now let's close that off. Ampersand greater than semicolon, save, and reload. Now, what if we wanted to use a quotation in an attribute? Well, let's take a look at that. If we were to type in a quotation mark into an attribute, it's going to throw an error because it says, "Oh, this is a new one. What's this doing here?" And it won't give a proper. It'll be missing the close of the attribute, and so it'll throw an error. So what we need to do, let's close that out, is we will use another attribute for that, and that's ampersand QUOT, and then you can put me, ampersand QUOT, and now that'll run. I save and reload that. There you go. That's what comes up. And that'll allow you to, once the alternative name for that picture comes up, it'll have that. It'll have the me in quotes. All right, let's get rid of that. I don't need to look at my face. All right, now how about something for a space? Yeah, you might ask, why do we need spaces? Well, one thing you got to remember is that HTML sees all groups of spaces and it condenses it down into a single space. So if I went in here and put a bunch of spaces in here and I save that, refresh, it doesn't do anything. It condenses all of those spaces down into a single one. So what we need to do here, delete that, and if we use this one, Okay, now we can use that. Now that one will give us a space. We can put a bunch of those in there. Now if we save that and reload, boom, gives us the spaces. Another thing that you'll want to remember about this is that, one thing you'll remember is that while the abbreviations for all of these makes it much easier to remember, not all HTML, not all websites, excuse me, not all browsers will show it correctly. So you may have to use the numeric code instead. Okay, let's take that out. That's good. Okay. There's hundreds of these, so there's no way that we're going to be able to go over all of them. But I did find, not that one, there we go, this one. This website is great, and I'll try to remember to put a link in the description for you. But there are two that I used, and I used these two to look up them. And I also used W3 School, which was a great source of information. So, and here are a list of some of the ones that are more common that you might use. So that is my presentation. Thank you very much.